Come on, go. That way. Come on, puppy. Thank y'all for tuning back in. It's your boy PBK Nines giving you that dog news the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You know, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Let them know the video is dropping. Because YouTube be playing with my notifications and all that type of thing. Don't forget to hit that like bell before you get up out of here. Don't forget to get up in the comments before you get up out of here. It's your boy PBK Nines. Let's get into that dog news.
Ladies and gentlemen, the competition is about to begin. Everyone take your places, please.
Heel now. Heel, Duke. Heel. Staring at him ain't gonna make him yours.
All right, before we jump off into the main topic, which is hog genetics, you know, and things like that, we got a few other things to talk about. First, training starts at a young age, 4 weeks. If you're trying to get the best training out your dog, start as soon as he get weaned. You know, it's things you can do. I'm not talking about sit, stay down and all that. Forget that. Training him to be social. That's one of the most important things. A lot of dogs won't do the other training because they don't have the social training. You know what I'm saying? You can't get your dog to jump up on things, to do this, to do that, because you never socialize your dog with these objects at a young age. So now he don't really know what's what. If you start at 4 weeks old, it's a whole lot easier, you know what I'm saying, to do than trying to do a dog that's a year old, you know. So just keep that in mind. If you want to, you know, when you're doing your training and stuff, start at a young age. Socialization is more important than half the other stuff, because without socialization, a lot of the other stuff won't kick in. A dog that ain't well socialized, he ain't gonna do proper when you need him to do proper. So just keep that in mind. Start young when it comes to that training. All right, on to the next topic, you know, and I'm not gonna make this a black or white thing. I'm gonna make this a right or wrong thing. You know, what we talking about right here. This is a right or wrong thing. And I just want to know your opinions about how this all unfolded. You know, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. And we actually working on, or at least she's working on some things right now to, you know, make this situation better. All right, but anyway, this what happened. I had a litter of Merino, the last litter of Merino and Frankie, okay? I had a young lady who came and purchased a puppy of Merino and Frankie. She loved the puppy, she raised it, she was showing him to me as he was growing up. I think the puppy maybe was about 5 or 6 months old. You know, the Malawi's, they grow quick. The puppy maybe was about 6 months old. Okay? The neighbor's pit bulls got loose and came and attacked the dog. The Malawi's on the chain, the pit bulls are loose, you know. The pit bulls, you know what happened? The pit bulls jumped the dog and killed the dog. Okay, this is where the problem comes in at. For one, your dogs, the neighbor dogs, come kill my dog, okay? My dog dead, and he got it on videotape, you know, from the house cameras and stuff like that, okay? They take the neighbor's pit bulls away. The neighbor pit bulls come back a couple days later, okay? That's the first thing that's different, you know? Because if my pit bulls would have went and attacked my neighbor's dog, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have got my dogs back. If they would have killed that dog, I wouldn't have got the dogs back. The dogs probably would have got put to sleep, you know. And I definitely wouldn't have got them back in those 2 or 3 days. All right, that's the first thing I didn't like. All right, then when, you know, the young lady went to court about the situation, the officer is not on the force no more. The person with the dogs don't show up. And basically she's left in limbo. The judge telling her, no, don't let it go like that or whatever, but basically she's left in limbo. Now, if it was on the other hand, you know, I probably had warrants, I'd probably been in jail. My dogs would have been dead. If I wouldn't have showed up in court, I would have been in jail. You know, it's crazy, man, how things work for some people, but don't work for other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for sure, I'm 100% sure, if my dogs got loose and attacked, especially a champion dog, her dog came down off a champion dog show dog, okay? Champion show dog, companion that she loved, her family member, and your dogs killed it. It ain't no price you can put on that. It ain't no $500, you know? She paid $2,500 for me, but it ain't no price you can put on your family member, your loved one, your companion, your dog, a champion dog, a dog that comes down of champion dogs. But hey, if it would have been me on the other hand, you know, my dogs would have been dead. You know, and I would have been probably kicking out all kind of restitutional fees and all kind of stuff. You know, no matter if the police would have left the force or not. You know, it just all seemed like it was rigged up for the Mollywood to take the fall today. See, in this game, you either win or you lose, man. That's all it is to it, you know. You either win or you lose. Hesitating will make you lose. Second guessing will make you lose. Underestimate the next man will make you lose. And one thing I need to make, you know, bring to the limelight, man. Don't y'all boys understand buying a keep from somebody? See, the best thing you could have did is look at all the old school keeps online that people posted up and work your keep from there. Or either just go off common sense or go off trial and error. You know, no pun intended, trial and error. Go off trial and error, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, when you buying keeps from somebody, don't you know, if I was an officer or whatever the fuck, you know, whatever, if you buying a keep from me, that automatically gives me the right to go search your property, get your dogs, take your dogs, lock you up, give you a charge for owning them dogs for fighting. Because you bought this keep from me, which is to get him prepared for certain things. So be careful, man, when it comes to talk about you buying a keep from somebody, you know what I'm saying? Be careful with all that, you know? Be careful with all that. Because a real dog, man, you know, will sit down on the porch, like I always say, and talk to you. You know, the porch ain't gotta virtually, literally be a porch, you know, just figuratively. The real dog, man, will sit down on the porch and talk to you. And he ain't gotta charge you to teach you some stuff that, you know what I'm saying, is gonna take you trial and error to learn anyway. You know, you can read it off the paper, but you still gotta look and see what's what in real life, in the real actual dog. You know what I'm saying? The best thing is just know your dog. Know your dog, because every single dog is different. This keep don't mean it's gonna be good for your dog. You know, just because it was working for his. You know, the same way I go back and tell you, I know how to work a certain line better than I know how to work another line. Work with, because I know what this line is capable of. Everything is different. Every dog in this line, just because it's one line, that don't mean that the dogs are all the same in this one line. Every dog in this line still got to be taken differently. Because you took this one Eli dog and you did him like this, that don't mean I can take the next Eli dog and do him like this. You know what I'm saying? His fat ratio might be different. His body structure might be different. His drive might be different. Overall, everything might be different about him outside of his genetic line. So be careful, man, when it comes to buying keeps, man. Listen, if I'm going to a show, why I need to buy a keep for? You know what I'm saying? Why I need to buy a keep? I take my time and learn how to get that dog right. Take my time and learn how to get them carburetors breathing the way they need to breathe. When you buying one, that means it's a sense of urgency. Understand, man? It's a sense of urgency when you buying a keep. That means what you rushing for? Think about it, man. Think about it. Be careful out there, man. I see a lot of fellas online talking about they selling this, selling that, especially from around my way. And people that I see dog men popping up on Facebook right now today in these different boards from around my way, but we don't know. So y'all be careful, man. Y'all be careful, man. At least I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And the people I ask don't know. So y'all just be careful out there. Dog men. Now that we all being careful who we buying stuff from, pretty much the dog game ain't meant for everybody anyway. There's nothing that's meant for every single person. Some people just ain't gonna cut it. And some people can do it like this. But it is what it is. But we about to get to, that grand champion hog being off War Pony, grand champion hog being off Allen's Copper. Okay, first thing I want to say, man, you guys done waited to 2022, and now y'all got a fake pedigree on lion pets that just been created. We're gonna cut this in, we're gonna nip this in the bud right now. So 20 years later, we ain't gotta be worried about a pedigree that done got a pedigree of hog that ain't saying the same thing like hog pedigree is supposed to be saying. For one, you mean to tell me how old hog is? How old is grand champion hog? He's not 2 or 3, he's not 4. So you mean to tell me y'all wait all this long time to say hog off Allen's Copper? Okay, I'm gonna take that back, because hog not off Allen's Copper. So every time I say hogs off Allen's Copper, I gotta say behind that hogs not off Allen's Copper, so nobody won't get it twisted. And I'm gonna prove that, and until you get the DNA that say hogs off Allen's Copper, you don't really need to be saying that hogs off Allen's Copper unless you bred that dog and sold hog as a hand puppy. The hog. It's a whole bunch of hogs across this country. I'm talking about the hog, okay? Everybody who got hog puppies, they can see all the dogs in their pedigrees in their hog puppies. Now what I went and did is I looked at all of Copper's, all of his pets, first generation, second generation, third generation. And I'm looking at the dogs that he coming down off of. And genetically, they're not throwing off the dogs that hogs are throwing off. That the puppies that hog was throwing off. Okay, when you look at hog pedigree, the real pedigree, coming down off War Pony, Lynch and all them other dogs, look at every dog in that pedigree, man. All the dogs with pictures in it on that pedigree. And then look at this hog dog. Not coming directly off hog. 2 dogs coming directly off hog, bred back to each other. Okay? Genetics, here go another person's hog dog. Look at the eyes of this dog. Blow it up for you. Now, the white, the light color ring around the eyes with the dark spot in the middle. Look at my puppy eyes like I showed you before. I'm getting tired of saying the same thing. And then look at war pony eyes. Okay. All right. Where in Alan Copper's pedigree is it heavy Barracuda, heavy Mayday? In Alan Copper's pedigree. Okay? Now, if my dog is off hog, that would put him off Alan's Copper. So, look at this Mayday dog. Where is that? Where is the Mayday in Alan's Copper? That's what I'm trying to figure out. There is none. So, where do y'all get this Alan's Copper stuff coming from? Okay. Next thing. It is what it is. Say what you want to say. There is no such thing. Two pure Mayday dogs. Top and bottom. They ain't got nothing else in it. But that Mayday stuff, or the Barracuda, nothing else in it. They do not produce Rottweiler colors. They do not produce colors with the Rottweiler Sorrells markings. Nowhere in dog history has it been done. So, somewhere or another, something else got up in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? If a dog did turn out that color, yellow not throwing off. Two pure Grand Champion yellow dogs is not throwing off a Sorrells dog color. Two pure Pat Patrick dogs is not throwing off a Sorrells color. But 2022, you telling me Hog could produce Sorrells colors? Copper not producing Sorrells colors? Copper not producing Mayday dogs? Show me a Mayday dog Copper produce. Show me a Mayday dog Copper produce. Mayday looking dog Copper produce. Okay, now, see, I got this dog right here is a double bred hog dog, which, double bred Copper, if you saying that, double bred Copper. But somewhere or another, Copper must be off Mayday then. If Hog off Copper must be, pedigree must be wrong, and he must be coming off the Mayday stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we can go both ways. You saying Hog pedigree messed up? No, Copper pedigree must be messed up if Hog really off Copper, because Copper ain't got no Mayday dogs in his pedigree, and he throwing off Mayday dogs. Then, bro, I try to leave you alone. People keep calling me across the country, man. Across the country, they keep calling me, telling me bullshit you out here doing. Bullshit you out here doing. And you help spreading the agenda. You are help spreading the agenda about the Copper dog. How can you talk about any hog dog when you ain't never drove a hog dog? You ain't never drove a Lambo, but you talking about Lambos. How can you do it? You ain't never drove a Royce, but you're talking about Royces. Talking about they made with this Rolls Royce made with a Chevrolet engine. That ain't made with no Rolls Royce engine. That's a Chevrolet engine. Insides is made with Chevrolet. This and that. And you ain't never been in one of them shits a day in your life. But yet you telling people about a bloodline that you don't know nothing about. Again, I'm asking you, what's your agenda? What's your agenda? Tell me. Because we gonna now just keep it all the way 100. Y'all talking about them hog dogs. It ain't no way in the hell two pure Mayday dogs is gonna throw no Rottweiler colors. I don't care what you say. I don't care what dogs you get. If they don't got none of them black dogs in them, none of them funny colored dogs in them, nowhere in the pedigree, and it's straight Mayday stuff, Hollingsworth, it ain't gonna throw off no damn Rottweiler dog. You know what I'm saying? Rottweiler color dog. So if you're trying to solidify hog throwing off Rottweiler color dogs or hog throwing off, ask yourself this. Who else in the United States got that color dog? Off a hog. Ask yourself this. When in Bulldog history, from the early 1900s to 2022, has dogs genetics went outside of the genetics? You know, when has it done it? You telling me 2 old family reds from back in the days, both of them full, pure old family reds back in the days, and they gonna throw a blue dog? Hell to the no. They gonna throw a black dog? Hell to the no. You know what I'm saying? If your old family red, pure at the bottom, old family red, pure at the top, back in them days, threw a black dog, something else is in the pudding. Something else is in the pudding, because genetically, they not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And for a Mayday dog to throw Rottweiler patterns is even more rare than 2 red noses throwing a black dog. You liable to get 2 red noses throwing a black dog before you get 2 Mayday dogs throwing a damn Rottweiler color dog. It don't happen, man. Genetics is genetics. You know what I'm saying? Genetics is genetics. The papers can lie, but genetics don't. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these bulldogs, one thing you understand, once you start breeding these dogs and they start throwing off other stuff, genetics don't lie. Them papers might lie, but genetics don't lie. Now right here, check it out. We're gonna look at all different dogs coming down off of the damn in hog background. You know, different ones in hog background and different ones in Cooper background. You know, I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. And what I see, only thing I see is a fake pedigree that was just created in January of 2022 saying hog is off of Allen's copper. Now, that ain't right. That ain't right in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, before I wait 15 years and you done build up, or whoever created that pedigree done build up all kind of, you know, offspring this, offspring that, offspring this, and going off that guy ain't the right guy. That's a fake ped, man. That's a fake ped, and until you bring proof of anything that you're talking about Allen's copper, I ain't talking he say, she say, proof. If that was your dog as a puppy, how did the dog end up where he is now? Other than that, hog is off War Pony, and it is what it is. You believe the rest, you fall to the best. Simple as that. Man, y'all guys saying hog is off Allen's copper. Y'all might as well say Grand Champion Yellow is off Bolio. Jocko is off Red Boy. Red Boy is off Chinaman. And all kind of shit like that, man. Y'all just, the social media is just getting ridiculous these days, man. The stuff that people is doing. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that people is doing. If did the man who owned hogs say hogs off Allen's copper, then why should anybody else be saying hogs off Allen's copper? That's why I don't understand. That's exactly what I don't understand. And that's exactly why, like I say, everybody ain't meant for the dog game, and everybody was never meant for the dog game. And it's gonna always be like that. Everybody ain't meant for the dog game. Some people just won't know, some people just wanna know. Then you got dog men around here, you know, telling false narratives about stories they don't know nothing about. Like I said before, dog men called me since the last video, you know. Not one dog man, not two, multiple dog men, you know, with different things. Everybody got a story to tell. You know, Jesse James got a story to tell. Mr. Poe got a story to tell. Red Bobby got a story to tell. J Bo got stories to tell. Coach Blue got stories to tell. Dave E got stories to tell. Pelican Bay got stories to tell. GA Going Hard got stories to tell. Them boys down there in Florida got stories to tell. Like everybody got stories to tell, but what's your story? You keep digging and dagging and digging and dagging at everybody's story, but what's your story? And then you spreading false narratives. It'd be cool if you would just sit back and learning and listening and figuring out what's what. Not spreading false narratives when you have no clue on what's what. What you know about home? What you know about home, period? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever purchased one? Have you purchased one of the Cooper dogs? Do you know the Cooper guys? The guys who had Alan Cooper? Do you know them? Are you friends with them? Do you know them personally? No. So you don't know anything about that's true, but yeah, you spreading the narrative like it's true. That's what's wrong with so many people today in this world now. You know, instead of worrying about what they got going on, they're worrying about what everybody else got going on and getting it from a side. Instead of getting it from the horse's mouth, they get it from the third, fourth person. You know what I'm saying? Then get to spreading about this, about that. They don't know what the fuck you be talking about. So, what we want to see, and what, like I always keep telling you, you know, breed them John them. We want to see you breed them, see how they turn out later on down the line. You know, see if all that info that you giving them young folk gonna work out with your dogs. Trial and error, right? That's what it is. And you going through the process now, trial and error. And to kill this whole thing about copper and hog and war pony, man, listen, man, I don't know myself, but I know one thing. Low-end front dogs resort back to Mayday, resort back to Barracuda, Mayday dogs. Low-end front low-end dogs resort back to yellow dogs. You know, inbred yellow dogs. Low-end in the front, high in the back. Barracuda, Mayday, not Allen's Copper. Not Allen's Copper. You know, but I will help you with this, bro. I will help you with this. Because I've been noticing you're down to 40 viewers every time now. So I'm going to jump in with you sometime and get you at least back to 100. I'm helping you get back to at least 100 viewers, you know, on the average. Because you're down to 40 viewers on the average now. You know, everybody's starting to peep out what's what. You start to peep out what's what with you. So I'm going to jump in with you. You know, we can go back and forth on your live or whatever. But I'm going to help you get back to an average of 100 viewers. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because I ain't going to hate on you. You know, the real is the real. You just got to watch your mouth and mind your business. You know, it is what it is. But I ain't going to keep y'all too long, man. It's your boy, Pelican Bay Kennels, giving you that dog news the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Y'all subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed yet. Hit that like button before you get up out here and comment with your boy, PB Kennels, and I'm up out of here.